So, 190, that's almost 50,000, and do we know what code fund that 50,000 is coming out of?
Sure, we can decide that. That where the extra money is
We'll find that one.
So is this, gonna be financed, or
No,
it's a grant?
grant.
Okay.
It's just like all your other AFG grants that you've
So we
received.
have line items that say AFG grant, don't we?
You do, but you didn't put any money in it, Tracy.
Because we didn't know we were getting anything at the time.
Yeah, we did. Trustees accepted the grant last year, and I tried to, that's why I tried to put those
So
line
this
items
was
in
under the
there.
previous grant writer? All this is under
Yes.
Mickey Smith?
Yes,
So then.
Thank you, Mickey.
Mhm. So then, the grant writer, this time, will they be involved in this at all?
yes.
So they're gonna get 8% of this money too?
No,
They won't get any percent?
their amount is 4%
This
max.
contract says 8.
That says 8.
It's not 8.
Well, then there's a mistake in the contract.
Then there's a typo. Needs
Yeah, you need to change that to 4.
You guys have already signed it. It was last meeting.
No, this is to purchase it today.
I'm saying the
The
grant
8%
writer.
it's 4%. It was on the contract.
The contract is right
It's
in here with
changed to
this.
4%.
Not
was
the
never
one,
8.
not the one I have signed.
It's 4 each.
Okay, so you
So that-
guys
you
signed the
doubled it.
8%.
No, they signed 2 4s.
I have the copy of it right
They're
here.
4 each, then find it, but it's 4 each. It's 4 for the CARES Act and 4 for the American Rescue Plan. They are.
Chief,
What am I talking
you're
about?
talking about something totally different. You're talking
I'm
about
talking about
them
the AI.
managing our money. That's totally different.
Are we still borrowing a medic from Xenia? Is that still in service? Okay. We got all this nitpicking argument over this. We need equipment.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just trying to clarify for the.
No, you're arguing
No,
with-
I'm not. I'm for buying this. I'm just trying to
Then
clarify. No, I want my questions answered.
Here's the-
No, I want to know, out of the $237,000 we're spending, and plus some, to buy a medic, how much, I want to know how much of my tax dollars is doing that and how much is coming from the grant. That should, how much we got from the grant? Well, I don't know, it's 237, oh, it's 190, it's this, it's that. We should know that.
Yes. Yep.
This says 8%, Mr. Wolf, right here. This is the one that's signed by Jim McGuire, but it should have been signed by Mr. Mans. This was done, resolution 25. And it says 8% in here.
Wow.
There's a max.
Yeah, there's a max of 3.
Yeah, so we calculate that out with those, that's
So in other
4%.
words, you said it's gonna be 3,000.
Whatever their max is on that contract. And that's much less than 8%.
Well, 8% of what?
We never had a max.
8% of what?
We never had a max with the former grant writers, so they're cheap, their fees are
But
cheap.
they only have 4%. The former grant writer only have.
Yeah, we had no
4%.
max.
They only
So
have
what is the
4%.
max? Don't we know what the max is? You don't
You
know.
don't know, you don't know what the amount
Contract
is,
is
so you
max.
don't know whether.
No, there's max that they charge fee.
Why do you stop, why do you keep telling us no, I'm trying to drown me out when I'm trying to talk?
I'm answering Mike's question.
So we know what the max is?
Yes, 3,000. It says right in there.
Like the 4%, the 8%? I mean, is it not?
So we just pay 3,000 on every grant, no matter what they are.
If they exceed it, it'd be no more than 3,000. The last grant writer was much more than that.
I can get my calculator.
But you told me there was 4, and I'm holding a thing that says 8.
I got confused with
8% of
this.
237,000. Who's got a calculator on his phone?
Okay, and
No, but the max is 3.
Trustee Mann asked me to read this. Whereas Jefferson Township will apply AFG grant funds to the purchase, then use local funds to pay for the required local match by AFG and any other cost overruns that exceeds the AFG grant. Whereas the funding to local match and any extra overruns will come from fire funding. So that clarifies that discussion, and that's something that can be taken care of on the
But it
deed.
doesn't,
No,
we
I
don't
know.
have any money.
No, it does not clarify the discussion. The discussion is, we're trying to figure out how much, who's paying what amount. That doesn't clarify who's paying the quantity, the amount of that. I'm for buying this and getting a new ambulance, we need all that. I'm just trying to ask for some clarification of my tax dollars.
Well, and on top of that, it doesn't tell you, you don't have any money in the budget
Yeah, we
right
did.
now. Not on that line item.
Well, because trustees,
But that's not
I'm
how
gonna address
much
that,
it-
trustees, I'd like to
Because, there's no,
address you.
because there's
I'm
no
only talking to
currently
trustees.
signed,
May I
current
talk to
budget
trustees?
has
Currently,
no
one at a time.
money on
May I-
that line.
May I talk
I don't
to-
care what you say, Mr. Wolf, the current signed approved, but I don't care if you smile or get your head. I'm talking. I got that.
I'm gonna order a bigger mouth.
Yeah, maybe you need to order a bigger butt too. You approved the budget, there's no money on that line item. Whatever Mr. Wolf says, it doesn't matter. You have to approve the budget. You should approve the budget with an amount on it before you approve something you don't even have. Does that make sense, trustees? Come on, talking about us looking stupid, that looks stupid.
Trustees, can I address you?
Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, you have the floor.
Okay, trustees, we had line items and it's in the budget twice. And the fiscal officer took all the numbers out.
It doesn't matter, that's beyond the point, whether I did or not,
And-
that's your word against mine.
And we have almost 400,000 in the capital improvement fund.
That's a
which is
lie.
supposed to be used to buy equipment.
That is a bald-faced lie.
No, I have.
You got it right there in front of you, there's not in there. You
That's
got it
in the
right
capital improvement fund.
there. No, it's not. Look
So-
on 4-0.
So you have the money in
That's
that
a
capital
bald-faced
improvement
lie.
fund that was set up with the legal attorneys okay to do. Now, you have the money set aside to buy equipment.
Dr. Edwards, don't get in the mud. You'll just get dirty yourself. Put some paper on it. That stops all of that.
Don't bother with the pig.
Don't get in the mud with it. Just put some paper on it.
Do you see 400,000 anywhere in there?
No, I said near that.
There's
It's
not
300.
here.
367? Or
No.
Yes?
No,
So,
no, it's only
trustees,
200 or
We
something.
had that in the original budget for each of these purchases, knowing that it was coming up. We know we have to spend the money before the end of the year. It was approved by you, knowing that we had to put it in the budget. Then it was removed from the budget. But the money is still there under capital improvements. Otherwise, that money doesn't exist. And that's,
Regardless of all this.
Right.
All right, whatever money's not there, it's a simple appropriations resolution to clean it up. Why all this argument
There's
over?
no argument.
We got 290,000 of
There's
this,
no argument.
190 is
I
free
understand.
money, and we're still arguing
I
about
said the
it?
process is
We
that
need
you
to
should have the money in the budget.
Nobody
before
knows.
approve-
You think you come to the
put
meeting with
money
the amount
in
of
the
grant.
budget Before you spend it. And if you don't know what you're spending, how can you put it in the budget?
Not free money.
Ms. Edwards, I call the question on resolution 21-045. Roll call, please.
Trustee McGuire.
Yes.
Trustee Mann.
yes.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
All that for 3 yeses.
Well, it could have been 4 no's. How do you know? You have to do it.
Yeah, well, you usually, you
I
probably
mean,
do.
because he
vote.
is the 4th trustee.
Give credit where it's due now. You know, leave the man alone.
We will until we don't get her. Doesn't matter, somebody will be.
That's true. All those papers back there.
And then I'm messing up. I gotta do that too. I think I need to go stretch.
You ready? Next up, resolution 21-046. Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby agree to purchase battery-powered rescue tools, equipment, airbag systems from Howe Rescue Systems at the price of $65,975, which was submitted proposal, and this proposal meets all RFG and AFG requirements. Move to adopt resolution number 21-046.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Okay, so there again, can we just get a simple answer, or not, a lot of discussion? So you said it's a total bill of 69 grand. Of that 69 grand, how much is the grant?
It's around 67,000.
So in the future, can we know that, can we bring that number to the table when we have these meetings? It's about, it's
You voted
around.
on it to accept it. It's in the record, you guys voted on the amount
Okay.
a year ago.
There's nothing in the record that says that amount, and there's no grant attached to it. And I asked for that, again, I'm gonna go back to that. I need
You're the
a
record
copy of the
keeper.
grant. But you're supposed to provide me the record.
Not when the fire chief.
Wait a minute, you're supposed to provide me the
No,
record. I'm
it's
keeping
nothing
the
in the
record
ORC
for
that
the
says that.
trustees. I'm
Doesn't
keeping
matter.
the record for the trustees.
No.
So I'm supposed to search
That's why
around
you
the
need
whole
job
township
description.
okay, when the trustees ask for it, and the auditor asks for it, I'll send them to you, and you provide it to them. Because I'm not putting, I don't have it. I'm telling you exactly
For the
what it is.
record,
Because
just-
you did not get it.
Mr. McGuire, can I have the floor?
No, you can't. Get out of here. That's what you need to do.
On the record, the AFG grants were being handled by Mr. Smith and the former fire chief, Mr. Sexton. And then it went on to Mr. Lutz and Battalion Chief McIntyre. All that paperwork was held between them. Financing was done with the fiscal officer with the receipt of the funds and the distribution of the funds to buy all the equipment from those grants through the fiscal officer. Those records are not, and were never provided to Steve Wolf, whose name was on the grants. So the legal counsel of Montgomery County are working with me to get the protection for the trustees in the township and the residents that live here to make sure the paperwork's there. The fiscal officer, according to the assistant county prosecutor, is responsible for all records, so no check should have been spent, no money should have been spent.
And it hasn't
No
been.
money should have been received from the
It hasn't
federal
been.
government without having full documentation by
And
the
it hasn't
fiscal
been.
officer. So, as of today, I have none of that stuff, but the new grant writer is working with myself and the assistant prosecutor to extract that from the former grant writer and FEMA to rebuild your accounts, so you at least have copies of the originals. The originals are not found. So we are taking hours upon hours to work on this project, so you all are protected. But the fiscal officer is responsible for every record of the township, not somebody else holding it for that person, and that's right from the Ohio Revised
Mr.
Code.
Wolf, why are
That's
you
my
lying through your teeth? Because you walked into Chad McIntyre's office and took those files out of his files. You
I
took
did.
them out.
I
You did.
Did not.
I did, and I have proof.
Oh, you do?
I do, I have a video.
I'm not here to argue.
I have a video.
I did not.
Roll call on 21-046, please.
Trustee McGuire,
Yes.
trustee Mann,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
All this arguing for 3 years.
Why do you keep on making comments? You're the one that's gonna be responsible for it when the paperwork's not there. You need to get involved in it and get the paperwork.
I'm sure you'll have no problem throwing me under the bus for that, Tracy.
You've already been thrown under the bus, Mr.
I know
Wolf.
you have.
Mr. Wolf's thrown you under the bus several times and you're not even wise about it.
Not true.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, everybody in here sees it.
On the record.
On the record, you're a bus throw under. Next resolution.
All right, 21-047, the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees Do hereby hire Engage Gatchel Grant Resources LLC to manage both CARES Act grant and the American Rescue Plan program for Jefferson Township. I move to adopt 21-047.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mann. Discussion.
Yeah, so, how many other townships hire somebody else to manage their grant money? Why can't we just do this ourselves? Why are we paying somebody else to manage this? I mean, firm believer, if you can do something yourself, do it yourself. Why are you paying somebody else to do this? What do you do in Clay Township? Do you hire somebody else? Oh, we had a discussion.
This is a Jefferson Township meeting.
Yeah, I know.
I know we might be pounding on Mr. Wolf, but stick to the
You
resolution.
like to sound on him too? Another way.
Okay, so why exactly can we not, okay, so, the CARES grant money is damn near done, take care of, there's only one bunch of money still out there, that's at 59, hogwash. So then the AFG grant, there again, the state is willing to help us take care of that money ourselves. Why are we paying somebody else to take care of, to help us do this? American Rescue Grant, I meant to say, I said AFG, didn't I? American Rescue.
So nobody's gonna answer that, But you should.
Do something yourself, do it yourself, save the taxpayers money.
You should also know that you're gonna be violating, if you give that information to a grant writer, you're gonna be violating, privacy laws, because that information should not be given outside of our township on the executive levels to be signing any paperwork and managing the grant. So you should be careful, as you could be violating, some codes if you do give that money outside of the township, just to let your trustees know that.
Roll call, please.
Trustee McGuire,
Yes.
trustee Mann,
Yes.
trustee, well,
No.
Okay, resolution passes, 2 yeses, 1 no from Mr. McLaughlin.
just to let you guys know that, I'm not giving up any of my information or my access to anybody on the CARES.
So when we get trouble, down the
Because you're
road,
not gonna get me in any trouble when I've already started doing that.
when we get in trouble down the road with different grant writers, I voted no on this, so I'm trying to get involved in Washington.
But I just want you to know that I'm not giving up any of my information and any access on the CARES Act. Because I've already started and it's almost over with.
We're paying them at 8%.
That's what the grant, that's what the grant.
Yeah, that's what the paperwork
That's
says.
the paperwork says, there's nothing about 4%.
So the coronavirus fires was total of approximately how much? 3? This new one is just a hair under 3. So be conservative, we'll say 275.
No, it's 600 something total.
That resolution's been voted out, we're moving on to the next resolution.
Go on.
Resolution number 21-048. Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby authorize the fire chief to purchase and install 2 new generators for the 2 2020 Fraser ambulances for an amount not to exceed $15,000, as the original generators have failed, which means that the ambulances are out of service. Move to adopt 21-048.
Is that in this resolution?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mann. The floor is open for discussion. We talked about this in the work session.
So does that-
Mr. Hoffman, you said you were aware that they were going to fail. You want to Are we gonna need to replace those generators when they came back from Fraser?
Yeah, that was discussing, Steve knows that, he was in that discussion. That's correct. So, that maximum 3,000 on the grant, does that maximum apply to managing our money in the free money for the CARES Act and that, because that comes up about $70,000.
Point of order, we're on resolution 21-048. Any discussion on this, trustees? Roll call, please. Trustee McLaughlin, how do you vote?
I didn't label it, you were second.
I don't have to write the resolution, I have it done, okay. All right, I'm ready.
Yes, for roll call.
You asked me for a roll call?
Yes.
Okay. Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee Mann?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
21048 passes. Chief Wright, do you know how long it's gonna take to get these generator units?
I just gotta call them tomorrow, Mr. Dwyer. And so they get them ordered.
You did the next one.
Okay, resolution number 21-049. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees hereby authorize the fire chief to purchase a used engine Quint for an amount not to exceed $100,000 to include associated equipment, wrap lettering with
Mr.
the
Mann
unit.
is asking to table it.
Let me finish. Per the discussion in the work session, I move to table 21-049.
Somebody got a second?
This is to table it.
Somebody got a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, 21-049 has been tabled.
You got sign this table. It's at the top table. Did you guys initial on those corrections I made on that one resolution? I was press the line out and everything.
I did not. But I'll do it in the meeting. You need to table,
Did you miss?
No, that one, that's the one
This one, just put.
okay. Mike? All right.
We got other resolutions we need to come up with initials.
Yeah, there was another, but Mike said he would get it, and I'll get it, and I'll pull it out of there, I forget which one. Was the one where you told me to scratch the line out?
Right. That was the resolution for the used.
It's 44 an hour.
44?
What do you want, 44?
Okay, let's meet you right here. We're initialing the changes to the deletion of the line items, or this line, whereas the Board of Trustees have already ordered an engine tanker. This is something Mr. McLaughlin had an objection to, so we deleted it. Make sure you initial that way. The scratch. Was that the only one we had correction on? All right,
Oh,
20.
other than the $89,000, you got that already, right?
It's the same resolution.
What's that resolution?
Yes. Oh, 4-4.
Jude. Okay, resolution 21-050. Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby authorize the administrator to prepare and advertise a request RFP for vendors to supply payroll, human resource management consulting, and personnel documentation management services for the township. Move to adopt 21-050.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Discussion.
So where do we go again, watching taxpayers' dollars, why are we paying for something we can do ourselves? I mean, we talked about in the work session, Paycor is already doing some of it, we're paying them to do things they're not doing. Good Paycor, have them step up to the plate, take care of this. I don't believe in spending money on things we can do ourselves.
I disagree with that argument because number one, a payroll vendor may be able to offset part of the two administrative positions that you other trustees talked about related to replacing Adrian's position. Number one. Number two, we already have this back and forth situation that the pension and retirement cannot be fulfilled through Paycor. Number three, trustees, you're already aware of issues with files that have come through the past that come up missing. You're also aware of other issues where we've had to deal with our internal staff making decisions that did not come across our desk that we have to clean up. So, the less payroll issues that are handled by one person, the better off we are. So I think this is at least worth shopping. It may be something not worth pursuing, but let's put an RFP and take a look at it.
So as far as the human resources and files come up missing, we need better locks. We need, not everybody, administrator or different trustees having keys to all that. We need to have, that needs to be locked up in a way that people can't get to it and pull the files out. We're missing files because people have access that shouldn't have access to.
Not necessarily. The whole reason we put in a camera system is because files came up missing.
Well, camera's not inside.
That's not the whole reason you put up the cameras.
And you said a comment about hiring those two positions. You still need somebody to do the minutes. You're still gonna hire somebody.
Well,
Just to, just say, that's not a good reason. But I'm with you. You're right that you do need to look into it because we could save money. So I'm not against you, Jim, if you think I am. I'm not. I'm just saying, don't use that as an excuse because you're still gonna hire somebody.
it may lighten the load for it could change the job description on those depending on what we can outsource. I mean, I haven't seen the numbers in a while, but there were some things that tied up Adrian that we could outsource and free that position, the administrative assistant position up for things, other things. So, any other discussion? Roll call on 21-050.
Please,
Please?
thank you. Trustee McGuire,
Yes.
trustee Mann,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
I'm gonna abstain, I don't know enough information yet.
Okay. This passes.
Come on, Jimmy. Let's get to the people, things to say, and go home and recover. I have food.
Done?
Eat. Eat it back away.
Department reports. Does the sheriff have anything for us?
No, sir.
Do you have anything on the hot pursuit of the goat today?
I heard nothing about that, so no.
Supposedly there was a goat they were chasing on 3rd Street?
Not here though. I have no idea.
And business park.
They didn't hurt it, did they?
I don't.
And,
It went into the wooded
come
area.
on, Jim, you got things to say. I have to eat.
Okay, so, reading this, departmental reports will now be presented and provided at the first meeting of each month. Who made that decision?
I asked the trustee Mann, trustee McGuire separately,
Ah,
and he thought it was a
that
good
explains
idea.
it.
Okay, so, first off, we've had comments in the past from residents stating, you know, if you have no comments, you have no reports, you should not do anything. We've heard that in the meetings, number one. Number two, there was a previous road guy that was wrote up because he didn't have his departmental report done on Thursday and turned it in on Monday, and you wrote him up for it.
We don't discuss issues of human resources on the floor.
So
You just
departmental reports should be done, though again, here we go again, you know, I'm left out of it. So I guess the other two trustees were asked outside of the meeting and the decision was made. I'm just asking.
I don't understand how you can have a board of trustees when you don't use the board of trustees. Citizens vote for board of trustees. And you guys are using that, and that's how we continue to stay in conflict and look stupid in front of these citizens. We have a board of trustees. And you use the board of trustees, don't go one and ask on. I think that there needs to be an executive session to discuss this issue sometime. And because they're not following, our employee is not following